Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Penny Dreadful from 2006. It's from the first year of the After Dark Horrorfest, is directed by Richard Brands, and stars Rachel Miner and Mimi Rogers. This is not the last time I'll mention Rachel Miner's name during our After Dark Horrorfest marathon. She didn't star in just one or two, but 3 Horrorfest films, one for each of the first 3 years. So I like to refer to her as the After Dark MVP, but it's her year 1 film, Penny Dreadful, that I like the best out of the 3 she did. And as for the other 2, I'm going to keep them a secret until we get to them, just for shits and giggles. Rachel Miner plays Penny, who is terrified of cars and so is on a fear-facing car trip with her therapist to help her move past it. Through circumstances, she ends up trapped in the car, terrorized by a rando that has chosen her as their next victim. Now, the first time I saw this film, I wasn't much of a fan because about 40 minutes in, the car gets wedged between 2 trees that just so happen to be the right distance and shape to keep Penny trapped inside, and I found it all to be a bit too convenient. However, on additional viewings, I just suspend disbelief for the film, and it allows me to have a reasonably good time. So I would highly recommend you do the same if you're able. The nice thing about the film is it spends the vast majority of the runtime inside the vehicle, which is certainly an achievement. Still, I feel it would have worked better if they cut the 15-minute B story of the other 3 individuals that at some point happen upon Penny's predicament. It feels like it's there solely to pad the runtime, and I am not a fan of it. The rest of the film is pretty tense though, and so I applaud those sections that stay within the car. The rando hitchhiker on a mission to terrify Penny is alarmingly sadistic, which is great for a horror film, I guess, but at times it does feel like a bit much. The biggest question which this film always makes me ask is if that was really Mimi Rogers the whole time or an alarmingly lifelike dummy stand-in, because that is a lot of sitting still throughout the runtime that Mimi did for this film. Anyway, this film is perfectly fine as a horror film. Not too hot and not too cold, it is just right, which is why I'm giving it a B-, which is largely based on suspending that disbelief because otherwise it's a C film. Join me next time when we talk about my favorite film from the first year of the Horrorfest, Reincarnation. See y'all then.